Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 events that rocked the world in 1980. From political power shifts to historic sports triumphs, we're exploring the biggest headlines that defined the year. Buckle up for a fascinating glimpse into the past. 1. Ronald Reagan elected President of the United States. Our first big story: Ronald Reagan's election victory in November 1980. His landslide win over incumbent Jimmy Carter signaled a shift toward conservative policies in the U.S. Reagan's charismatic leadership and strong anti-Soviet stance foreshadowed the winding down of the Cold War over the coming decade. 2. The U.S. boycotts the Moscow Olympics. In response to the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan, the United States led a boycott of the 1980 Moscow Olympics. Over 60 nations joined, drastically reducing the number of athletes and creating one of the most politically charged games in history. This boycott exemplified how global tensions spilled into the realm of sports. 3. Miracle on ice. On the flip side of sporting history, the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid delivered the legendary Miracle on Ice. The underdog U.S. hockey team defeated the heavily favored Soviet squad in a dramatic upset. For many, this victory was more than a game. It was a symbol of hope during heightened Cold War tensions. 4. Mount St. Helens eruption. Nature's power was on full display on May 18, 1980. Mount St. Helens in Washington state erupted, causing one of the most catastrophic volcanic events in U.S. history. The blast reshaped the surrounding landscape and served as a stark reminder of how profoundly natural disasters can affect human lives. 5. John Lennon's tragic death. In December of 1980, the world mourned the loss of music icon John Lennon. The former Beatle and peace activist was tragically shot in New York City. Fans around the globe paid tribute, and his death marked the end of an era for one of the 20th century's most influential artists. 6. Iran-Iraq War begins. Tensions in the Middle East escalated further when Iraq invaded Iran in September 1980, igniting a brutal conflict that would last for nearly 8 years. The Iran-Iraq War caused massive casualties and reshaped regional politics, with lasting ramifications for global oil markets and international relations. 7. Solidarity movement in Poland. In Eastern Europe, the rise of the Solidarity trade union in Poland signaled cracks in the communist regime. Led by electrician Lech Walesa, workers demanded greater freedoms. Their success in forcing negotiations with the Polish government foreshadowed the eventual collapse of Soviet influence in the region. 8. Zimbabwe gains independence. On the African continent, Zimbabwe declared its independence from Britain in 1980, marking the end of white minority rule in what was formerly Rhodesia. Robert Mugabe became the first prime minister, though his lengthy tenure would later draw criticism for economic mismanagement and human rights abuses. 9. WHO declares smallpox eradicated. A major victory for global health came in 1980 when the World Health Organization declared smallpox officially eradicated. This announcement followed an extensive international vaccination campaign, highlighting the power of global cooperation in defeating a deadly disease that once claimed millions of lives. 10. Pac-Man takes over arcades. And for a lighter cultural moment, 1980 introduced the world to Pac-Man. This iconic arcade game became a pop culture phenomenon, sparking a gaming craze that crossed boundaries of age and nationality. Pac-Man's success paved the way for the booming video game industry we know today. From political power shifts and volcanic eruptions to monumental cultural losses and breakthroughs in global health, 1980 was a turning point in many ways. We hope you enjoyed this countdown of the top headlines from a year that continues to resonate in modern history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the past.